The night unfolded like any typical corporate gala. Too polished, too rehearsed, too bright. Crystal chandeliers glitter overhead, while waiters moved effortlessly through the crowd, trays of champagne gliding between clusters of executives and their overly rehearsed laughter. I arrived with my wife, Emily, who looked immaculate in a deep navy gown, her heels tapping a precise rhythm across the marble floors. People she'd invited, co-workers, friends, admirers, gathered around her quickly. She thrived in environments like this, where attention could be sculpted and controlled. I'd grown familiar with that side of her, the subtle power plays, the performative charm, the gaze that always seemed just a little too aware of who was watching. But tonight, something was different. There was a sharper edge to her smile, a reckless glint in her eyes. I felt it immediately, the kind of tension that warns you the night won't stay harmless. As the room raised their glasses for a toast, Emily leaned forward, whispering with her friends, all giggles and theatrics. Then she shot upright, lifted her glass dramatically, and in a voice far too loud to be innocent, declared, "To real men, not my husband." A few people gasped. Others laughed awkwardly. A few laughed too hard. And then every pair of eyes slid toward me, hungry for my reaction, ready for spectacle. But I didn't move. No flinch. No frown. Not even the hint of a reply. I held my glass loosely and met her gaze with a level, unshaken calm. That alone was enough to crack her confidence. The laughter faltered. Conversations around us thinned to nervous murmurs. Emily's grin wavered as the weight of what she'd done, what she performed, settled coldly into the space between us. Even Mark, the man she'd been deliberately giving far too much attention to all evening, straightened his posture, realizing the energy in the room had shifted completely. I let the silence stretch. Controlled, precise, heavy enough that her own actions began to feel like a spotlight burning against her. Finally, I spoke, barely above normal volume, but with a clarity that silenced the entire table. "Emily," I said, steady as stone, "you should know, confidence without respect isn't confidence at all. It's arrogance, and arrogance always comes with a cost." The words hit harder than any outburst could have. Her face drained. Her fingers tightened around her glass. A tremor ran through her shoulders. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. No excuse, no explanation, no deflection. Just panic. I watched her struggle, not cruelly, but with a calm patience she never expected from me. The kind of composure she couldn't twist into an argument. The kind that revealed exactly who held the real control in the moment. She finally managed to stutter, voice thin and cracking. "Ryan, it was just a joke. You know I didn't mean it." "A joke." I let a faint smile rise, cold, measured, almost sympathetic. "A joke is something you share," I replied quietly. "Not something you use to humiliate someone who loves you." Her friends exchanged uneasy looks. Some whispered. Some stared. None of them came to her rescue. She sank into her chair, hands trembling, reality settling harder with each passing second. She had expected anger, maybe embarrassment, maybe a scene she could twist later. But not this. Not silence. Not control. Not the kind of composure that flips the entire balance of a room. "You wanted attention tonight," I said, still gentle, still unwavering. "You just didn't realize that silence can be louder than any performance." Her eyes brimmed with tears. The bravado she'd flaunted minutes earlier dissolved completely. "Please," she whispered, "please forgive me." I stood, smoothing my suit jacket, calm as ever. "Forgiveness isn't the issue," I said. "Understanding is. And tonight, you finally understand what your little joke really cost." She stared after me, stunned and shattered as I stepped away. The gala continued around her, music, chatter, clinking glasses, but she heard none of it. Her moment of mockery had turned into her own undoing. No shouting, no confrontation, just patience, just timing, just truth, and the impact was priceless.